How's it going? I'm back with another Uncanny Findings and Oddities. This is going to be my first time recording one of these in my new home. By the way, my name's Krystal. Thanks for coming in here. This is a t-shirt for a band called Garden, spelled Gaurden with U. I really like this t-shirt. I think it's a cool design. I really like the band, experimental music that I saw play for the first time in Southern California. I found them on Instagram and Spotify, so you can probably find them there. This is Garden's release that I managed to get a hold of, Dark Dissonant Hymns. I like the skeleton hands with the candles. I do like Alien Sex Fiend. Old school Batcave. I like it. It's unique. It sounds crazy. It sounds dirty. It sounds angry. It sounds weird. I've been on this album this year a lot. Don't know why. I just think every track on here just keeps taking me further. It just keeps me like firing on all cylinders without any compromise. I really like Magic and the class of '69. I got this at Amoeba Records. They recently moved. I'm glad we still have Amoeba Records. What do you think about the new location? I received the original first release, I think, or self-titled release of Shadow Project from a friend. Shadow Project is another band that Roz Williams was famous for being in, besides Christian Death and Premature Ejaculation. This record has a unique color to it as well. It's almost like a blue with a black splatter on it. I think one of my best record finds in recent time is this horror punk band called The Undead. I was at Dr. Strange Records. They had a lot of punk rock, which I think is cool. My knowledge of punk rock doesn't go as deep as some people's. The person who brought me there, namely, but I was very intrigued. But I was just thinking, like, what if one of the obscure, like, punk rock, bands or artists that I listened to was actually here? That'd be so cool. And they had The Undead. And The Undead is special to me for a couple of reasons, because I saw The Undead a while ago perform at the Whiskey A Go-Go on Sunset Boulevard. A friend's band was supporting them, so I went, and I learned that The Undead features an ex-member of the Misfits, and I was also seriously impressed by their musicianship. Like, the guy's hand is like moving so fast. His downstrokes on the guitar, it's like that. Like, you can't even see it. Like it's a blur, literally. And I got to meet him. This one is signed, as you can see right here, in the silver ink. So all that kind of added up to me to be an amazing find. It's blue, but I love this translucent blue. I found this Oingo Boingo record at Meow Meows in Pasadena, where I live now. I've been listening to a lot of new wave lately, and when I was searching through their vinyl, I found a couple records I was really into. Oingo Boingo is a band I do like. That has grown on me ever since I started listening to more and more new wave lately. And this is my favorite record by Oingo Boingo. I was fortunate enough to find this print at Meow Meows that I think is an original. I've had a small but growing record collection for a while, but I wasn't able to listen to any of my records until about several months ago. So now I'm going to listen to this. And this is an extraordinary find for me. I mean, if it's an album I like from the 80s or 90s, great. If it's an original, I guess even better. Alright, so the next thing that I want to share about is not actually something that I own a physical copy of for a change, just a digital copy. But if there is a physical copy, I'm definitely going to get it. I'm not sure it's out yet, but here it is. It's a compilation, the first album put out by the new Holloway Records. And here it is on Bandcamp. That's the artwork, the cover art. It's got a lot of amazing artists. It's got some of my favorites. It's got some of my friends. It's got my band. It's got a bunch of bands I never heard about that go hard. This compilation is amazing. If you like death rock, if you like gothic rock, or dark alternative music, this has it. It's all bands being featured from Los Angeles and from Mexico. And it's raising money for a charitable purpose, something called the Doctors Without Borders Foundation. So check it out. It's called Edge of the Knife. It's released by Holloway Records. You can find that on Bandcamp. It's got Frozen Charlottes. It's got 13th Sky. It's got Black Heroin Gallery. It's got Siniestra Cabaret. Those are my homies. Lucida Fila from Mexico and Acid Bats. You might have heard of them. They're on here. Great way to discover some new bands. And there's a lot. There's 27 tracks on here. So this is really cool. Check out Edge of the Knife by Holloway Records on Bandcamp. Story time. A side project that I've been doing for a few years now. It's still pretty new. With my drummer. It's kind of a metal thing. Traveled to Tijuana, Mexico to play a show, and it was a really cool show. Worth it. No regrets. Something happened at that show that wasn't too great, which was not any one particular person's fault, but our car got broken into. We left the car for a while, and window was busted in when we came back. A lot of stuff was taken. Most importantly, a really awesome guitar that I was freaking in love with, it got taken away, and I was not going to be able to replace it easily. So the people who I was with when that happened, looking out for me, tried to help me find it, but also encouraged me to put up a fundraiser to help me replace it. So this is what I got. Really cool. Beautiful. I love the color. I noticed it because of the color, but then I always wanted to try out one of these LTDs. So I got the chance. I like how this guitar sounds, and I like how it looks. And I would not have been able to afford it at that time if it wasn't for all of the really cool people who contributed to the fundraiser, helped me find ways to afford it. So that was actually a lot of people, and really cool people. Thank you. The same friend who gave me that Shadow Project record is also a very talented artist, and he gave me a couple of his paintings, which I'm about to show you. He has a personal page, a page for his music, but he also has an art page on Instagram. I think it's December Joseph Art. But check this painting out because I love this. It's hanging up on my wall right now. Purple and violet and magenta is like my favorite color spectrum. So I was really happy when he gave me this. It looks like a skeletal figure, like holding a snake or catching a snake. The sky is just this beautiful sort of violet color in the background, and the hair of the skeleton is like blowing around through the wind in different directions in a sort of ethereal way. You know, not all just blowing in one direction straight, but kind of wisping around. And I like how the background has these little highlights on the trees. That piques my interest. I like how the shading is done, not just with black, but there's a little bit of a yellow tint to the shading there, and a little bit of a purple tint. Here's the other one he gave me, which is a skeleton, just all different colors mixed into this kind of wispy atmosphere surrounding the portrait. December Joseph Art on Instagram. This is a DIY project that I worked on for a number of days, featuring some leather paint on a discarded faux leather spider web. It depicts a few of my favorite bands. It has Community FK, Rudimentary Peni, Mighty Sphincter, and Alien Sex Fiend. But I was really happy with how this came out, because it's like kind of torn up from all the times I wore the spider web out, kind of falling apart. One DIY project that I have been working on. I had this old paradox. This one I did with a creepy looking spider creature. Some kind of spawn of Ungoliant there. You know. And purposely made it look kind of messed up and did little purple lines in there. Creepy little spider yelling at you. I was really proud of how these came out. I made a little graveyard on the inside of this shoe. Here on this side, he's just breaking out of the grave, and he's got like a missing hand. Maybe he's breaking out of the grave to get his hand back. I guess I was experimenting with leather paint, but I really like how these came out. That is Meow Meows. Love going there. I found these amazing vintage pikes there. Nickel pickers, whatever. I got them there too. I won't talk about these for too long since they're just an article of clothing. But another amazing thing that I found at Meow Meows. Really cool place. I live in Pasadena now, and I've been here for a couple of years. I don't think I ever made a video while I was here. So Pasadena, I like a lot of things about Pasadena, and one thing it has is a lot of cute coffee shops and like small business, you know, mom and pop owned shops. And I found one that I really like, and I was going there for coffee, but then I saw they had jewelry one day, and they had increased their jewelry stock because it was Halloween, so they added a bunch of spooky jewelry. And I found some earrings that I really liked, so I saw this as an opportunity to show off these really cool, giant, gaudy bat earrings, which I'm definitely going to wear. Saw this as an excuse to give a shout out to my favorite coffee shop. Couldn't even tell what these were, they're so big. Couldn't even tell that they were earrings. When I first looked at them, I had to examine them for a minute. Bat earrings. But those did come from Ginger Corner Market in Pasadena. Very delicious coffee. And they have jewelry, and they have all kinds of healthy snacks. And I have to give a shout out to my friend. He got this for me. This is really cool. Dolls. Never thought I would see a pin of dolls. Very cool movie, directed by Stuart Gordon. Stuart Gordon directs a lot of movies based on H.P. Lovecraft. Like one of the famous examples is The Reanimator, which has an awesome sequel, Bride of Reanimator. But he also directed this movie called Dolls. It's a really creepy movie about some people that are staying over at a doll maker's house and his wife's house, and the dolls start moving around and come to life. But there's some cool twists, you know, that don't happen in every movie like that. It's 80s. I like the guy who plays the old man. I like the way the dolls looked. I love the practical effects. Thank you, Tyler. I'm probably going to save this to put on a really special coat or a jacket or something. And it will look good on that jacket. I had to think of at least one actual movie find for this video. And this is not a movie, it's a show actually, but I picked this one because it's really hard for me to find places where I can stream Tales from the Crypt for some reason. I like Tales from the Crypt, and yet I haven't even seen it all. So I found the first season of it on DVD. Thought that was really cool. Love this guy, Crypt Keeper. Also love the cartoon Tales from the Crypt Keeper. Anybody like the cartoon? Am I the only one? I'm not getting tired of that cartoon. Last year, my family got me a Switch for Christmas, so I play it sometimes, and just a few games really, but I finished this one really fast. I found this one at one of my favorite places to shop for video game related stuff, Game Dude. This is a Dark Side Detective. It's like 8-bit style, the way it looks, it's very vibrant and colorful. Just two directions, point and click, I mean, you know. So you're like a detective who's kind of the underdog of the police force that he works on. And his sidekick is a cop who's not too sharp, so it's pretty funny. It's kind of a comedy, you know? Lots of gags and punchlines and funny moments. And all of the things they go to investigate are scary, haunted houses, things like that. A lot of it's like cosmic horror, Lovecraft type of things. But it's kind of all across the board. And I had a lot of fun playing it. I think my favorite thing about it, or one of my favorite things about it, is the soundtrack, which at a glance, I guess you could say it just sounds like, synthy, 80s inspired, which we're hearing a lot of that lately, but I just thought this one was really good. And coming out of a game console, handheld game console, it felt pretty cool. So yeah, I just decided to give that a shout out since I don't have a lot of video game related stuff to talk about, but I do play. Do you play? Not even the kind of game that I normally play. I just liked the soundtrack, the way it looked, the jokes. It was a good time. A lot of games don't put these in here anymore, but an instruction manual. Video games used to do this all the time where they would put an instruction manual in, and sometimes it would have cool artwork or it would have a little tidbits about the story. It would kind of add to your experience as a player in a very small way. I remember this during the PlayStation 2 era, and still happening in like the Xbox 360, PS3 era. But I really don't see instruction manuals at all sometimes, or if I do, they're just very limited. But this one has a bunch of cute little callbacks to the game and little funnies, cute things to look at inside. So I liked it. This is probably something that you didn't expect. This is a capybara. Why am I obsessed with capybaras? This has nothing to do with everything else I talked about, but I like capybaras. Okay. I need to meet a capybara. I need to have a pet capybara, but I cannot do that yet. So, somebody got me this plush for my birthday. I'm keeping it with the tag. It's special. Where will you find a capybara plush? One that has a little orange on its head. This is so random. This is so cute. Uncanny findings and oddities. What do you think? You like any of that stuff? You have similar tastes? You have any questions? This is really just a way to check in, say hi, create some content for my channel, share what I'm about. Maybe I'll meet someone new in the comment section, or maybe one of you can give me a recommendation for a new movie or music you can turn me on to. Yeah, I recently moved in to this cool place in Pasadena that a good friend pointed out to me. So I like the area. I'm decorating more. I have a master bedroom. I'm happier, I'm more comfortable here than I was when I was living in my last place. So, minor life update. That's pretty cool. I'm recording this on a new laptop that I got. So hopefully the sound and picture is okay. I'm sure it'll get better as I continue to use this. Hopefully I'll make more now, since using this laptop is probably going to be easier than using the equipment that I had before. But yeah, that's my minor life update. My name's Krystal. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Maybe I turned you on to some music that you didn't know about before. Maybe I turned you on to a movie or a video game or a physical location to collect these things that you've never heard about before. Or maybe you're just a fan of my taste and you want to get into my social media and connect on there. Thanks for watching.